life's most pressing questions, our free live chat psychic reading connects you instantly with experienced psychics, ready to offer you personalized guidance and clarity in real time, whether you're curious about love, career, or life's biggest decisions. Our psychics are here to help you unlock your future and discover your true path. Experience the convenience of live chat, where you can ask questions and get immediate insights, tailored just for you. Don't miss out on this unique opportunity to connect with your inner self and receive the guidance you need. Subscribe now and never miss a live session. Start your journey towards clarity.
Hi, this is Zach Green's Bioder, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do a prediction for you, let me know in the chat. Just a reminder that all of our show times and all that wonderful stuff is at our website at ZachReadsByOrder.com. Of course, there's been a little bit of problems with people pretending to be me. People being taken advantage of from that. So always refer to our website for anything that we have for sale, or on our Patreon page. That's where we have all of our stuff for sale, so you don't get duped. Okay? I'm working alone today. Wife is sleeping because she did the night shift. So let's get started with today's show. Make sure that we got a lot of questions for today's show. Speaking of our Patreon channel, we got 2 new reports that I did yesterday. We did the CASPA report and Bonk report on our Discord, or not our Patreon. So go check those out. Very interesting astrology reports on those. And of course, in the top tier, I did the third law of the universe, law of correspondence. So go check that out as well on our Patreon page. And for everybody on our Patreon page, hopefully you're there. You can get there through our website at ZachReadsByOrder.com. We did a nice astrology report on Elon Musk. So the report came out okay. It was kind of vanilla in everything that it showed, with some nice highlights and stuff like that. It's one of the free things that I threw out there, as well as the horoscopes that I did for the week. Let's throw some more cards down, because there's been quite a bit of news on Elon Musk and people burning his truck and all this wonderful stuff going on in the news. Let's throw some cards down for Elon Musk. Is he legit? Right? Is there going to be more problems with Elon Musk and Donald Trump in the near future? Or is it just something that the news cycle has been hitching its wagon to, okay, to make some news and some noise out there? So let's have a look. So, it seems that he's going to be fine. The health of that particular situation, he's going to be taming that in no time flat. All this stuff that they're saying against him, he's going to pull through this and look shiny and new and smell like a rose, pretty much in Elon's style. Doesn't mean that he's not doing these wonderful things that they're saying, but he's going to pull through that and turn up smelling like a rose. Even all the poop is being thrown at him, and he's going to pull through this. And he is going to have that good relationship with Donald Trump and all that sort of thing. The stuff with the A1 visa, I think that's what they're called, is going to be something that's going to be turned around. They're going to get the notice from all the people, and they're going to rephrase that. Okay. Still the same thing, just rephrased differently, so it's more palatable to many of the people of the United States and the world. So they're just going to rebrand it in some nice way and go on with what they were doing anyways. Okay. And you have to remember, a lot of this is for the rich people so they can make more money. So with those visas, Financially, he's going to be fine. He's going to get to that one. I think he's going for $1 trillion. One of the first trillionaires in the world. And that's going to be something that's going to be pretty much thrust upon him because of his notoriety. He's going to be pulling through this minor setback that he's been going through, and it's going to do very, very well. People around him, they're all pretty much worried about what's happening, but I think he's going to be pulling through that. Is he going to do a good job in the more political thing that he's in with Doge? I think they're going to do a lot of good, okay, with that program when it does start rolling out. And they're not going to be facing any conflicts on most of it, okay? Which is surprising. You think he'd be, once they're trying to cut government stuff and all that sort of thing, that they would face a lot of opposition, but there's not going to be, it doesn't seem to be a lot of opposition from the people that they're cutting. Mostly because I'm picking up that they don't have any balls, the opposition. Not like Elon Musk. He can just walk into a room and go, "You're all fired." No qualms, no thought to it. Just, you're all fired. And I think this is going to be pulling him through most of the things for Doge in a big way. The only trouble he's going to have with that is, of course, the FBI, which has a lot of influence and power and all that sort of thing. But that's going to be rectified very shortly. I don't see a lot of problems that he's going to be facing, except for the things that they say on the news. Otherwise, him and Vivek are going to be doing a very, very good job with Doge overall. And it's going to be building into a new foundation that's going to be making sure that government is doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? Within reason. And to the outside looker, it's going to be looking like that he's doing all the super duper stuff. A lot of it's just repackaging things and splitting it up and making it new. Okay. So hopefully that answers any questions about Elon Musk. Always go check out the Patreon page that we have on our Patreon on Elon Musk, and have fun with that. Let's get to the chat. Hang on. This is what happens when I'm working alone. Hide. I'm going from one thing to another. Okay. That's what happens when the wife's not here. It's an interesting question. Hello, Ray. When was actually a human created by God? When was the earth created by God? Would be great for some good YouTube references if you have any. Oh, the whole prospect of God creating everything. It was something that just happened normally through the Big Bang, which was trillions of years ago. First human created by God. I think that was more of a intervention from aliens. We were already here as part of the natural progression of a Earth, and somebody came along and played around with our DNA, and that we have the humans that we have today, pretty much. Much of the, if you're referring to the biblical story, it's if you really read into that and you really do the research on Old Testament, it's really talking about alien intervention. Replace God with aliens, and you pretty much got it down flat. Okay? Many of the angels and all that were mistaken alien creatures. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question. Hello, Chris. Hi, Andre. Will Ray Reploy reach 500 million USD market cap between now and next week? Currently at 100 million market cap. Yeah, as we've noticed, the cryptocurrency market is going up in a nice way. We're back up to 141,000 Canadian. That's probably 98-ish American, somewhere in there. Maybe somebody can let me know in the comments where we're at American. I'm a Canadian, so I just look at it in Canadian prices. So, yeah, we're close. We're about to really burst into the next section. A whole lot of things are happening in the cryptocurrency market that people aren't paying attention to, where there's not going to be any Bitcoin for anybody to buy very, very, very soon. Last time I looked, it was only 700,000 Bitcoin on the open market, which is not a lot. Okay. People, well, that's quite a bit. No, it's not. In the entire market, 700,000 is nothing for the day-to-day Bitcoin buying and selling. I think it's even less now. That was the last time I heard a report on what is happening with the amount of Bitcoin out there. For your question, sorry, Chris, I got off on a tangent. I don't think it's going to be getting quite to that 5 million USD market cap between this week and next week. I think it's going to be 8-9 weeks from now till it gets to that point. I think that there's going to be some things that are going to be happening in the next little while, but still not bad. Okay? Lots of money is going to be rushing into cryptocurrencies. We got to get everybody excited and getting into the flow of crypto, which they kind of in and kind of not. A lot of people aren't paying attention, especially to Bitcoin. If you're not paying attention to Bitcoin, you're going to get left behind. Okay? Just get a little bit. That's my recommendation. Get a little bit of Bitcoin, put it in a cold wallet, and leave it. Okay? You're going to be very, very happy that you did in the next couple of years. If you sat on it for a couple of years, you'd be very, very happy. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question. Let's get into the next one. Charles. Hello, Charles. Afternoon, Andre. APT token to be launched on the 1st of February. A winner or a rug pull? A winner for a very short period of time. Okay. I'm telling you, get that Bitcoin as much as you can. Okay. Unless you know how to playing the little coin game. Okay. Which is you buy the coin before it gets out there or as soon as it gets out there. And then it goes, and then you sell it as it goes to 15-20% above what it is. Take your profit, leave your initial thing in there. Okay. I've known a few people that made millions and millions of dollars doing that. Not financial advice. You do the research on how to do that, but I've known many people that have done that. Okay. Even with rug pulls, they made a lot of money because they don't have any. They're not in love with those particular coins. Okay, they just buy it as soon as it goes up, and every cryptocurrency does this. In the very few seconds of it being launched, it goes shoop, and then you sell. Okay, so that's the game, but you got to be quick on the trigger. But let's have a look at this APT token. Oh. Smoke and Mirrors. People working on it. We got the Magician. Smoke and Mirrors. Whole lot of nothing. Okay? Going on. A lot of confusion with it. It's a confusion card. And it's probably not a wise one to get into. But that's probably why I went on a tangent on the token game. Okay. You get in, get out, and leave it behind. Okay? Understand that it's probably going to be a rug pull. Okay? Hi, it's Kay from South Africa. Happy New Year. Thank you. Happy New Year to you, too. Got my hat over there from our New Year's Eve show. It's awesome. We're getting people from all around the world. Hello, Andre. Which of these of this get to free cents? A few cents? It's early in the morning. Can't spell, or I can't talk. Again, be careful of anything with AI in the name. Nick should know this. They're only capitalizing on a trend. AI is awesome, but you got to see a lot of cryptocurrencies with the AI name. They have nothing to do with AI. Okay? The name, stick AI on the end, and it's cool, and everybody thinks it's going to make millions of dollars. Yay! Be careful. Okay? Because there's unscrupulous people out there trying to steal your money. If in doubt, just buy Bitcoin. Okay? Or Ethereum or XRP, which is another good one to get into, especially at this moment in time. But the question is, which one of these is going to get to that few cents? And I don't think any of these are going to be reaching that few cents in the next little while. Okay? I'm picking up duds. Unless you know how to play the game, which I think Nick knows how to do. Get in, get out. Pepe AI is probably going to get to that most out of all three of these because it has a name. People are going to get confused between it and the actual Pepe. And a lot more money is going to go into the Pepe AI rather than the other two. So play your game. You know how to do that. And then get out. Okay? Hi, Andre. Happy New Year. What is the prediction for the Cardano ETF? I think in 2025, we're going to start to see a whole lot of ETFs going through. We're probably going to have that XRP, which is probably going to be first out of the gates in 2025. And then we're going to have Solana, and then we're going to have the Litecoin, and then we're going to have there's some new Bitcoin, Ethereum matched ones that are going to be racing out the gate. Cardano. I haven't heard any news on that yet, but I'm pretty sure that they're working on it in some fashion. Will it be in 2025? Probably closer to the tail end of 2025 where they're going to get that Cardano ETF. Gives you a lot of time to start buying the Cardano and putting it in your wallet for that liftoff. And that probably won't be, I'm picking up that it won't be till later in the year. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. So we can all get prepared with more Cardano in our wallets. Not financial advice, of course. Just saying. Morning, Andre. I read 2 articles that said that SHIB could get to 0.001 by the end of this month. That could be. We do have that report. Hopefully you read it on our Patreon about Patreon. Shiba Inu getting to 1 penny in a certain period of time. You're going to have to go read the report when it does that. June or July. 2025. A whole lot of things are going to be happening in 2025, and it's going to be explosive. And probably in the next couple weeks, that's a stretch. But it is going to be in the first quarter, the first third of the year. Okay, where that's probably going to be happening, where everything is going to be ramping up, where the cryptocurrency laws and regulations are going to be beneficial to us out in the world, where we can do all kinds of wonderful things with cryptocurrencies in a great way. So yes, it's going to get there. I don't know in the next month or so, but it's pretty darn close. I think you're right on track. Hi, Trump versus South Africa. Talk of sanctions, etc. Haven't heard any news on this. As long as Trump can make some money in the deal, probably won't do any sanctions. Let's throw some cards down. Trump is good to a point, but he is still a business person, and he likes to make money. Okay? That's why he's going to go wibbly wobbly on some of his promises that he made. Did I say that? I didn't say that. He'll say. He'll do it bigly. There is something being cooked up for South Africa, but I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to be launching anytime soon. There's going to be a bit of reform that's going to be happening in South Africa, and probably going to be Elon Musk, who's actually from South Africa. That's going to be heading that up. And I'm picking up January, not this year, the following year. Okay? Stage Chains, hello. Having a good New Year's. Thank you. How high will XPR network go in price by the end of 2025? Bull run. If we didn't do a report on this yet. I'm going to do a report on this on astrology. I don't know the exact price, but they are giving me a number of 50% from where it is right now. So get ready. Hi, Andre. When do you see me retiring from my job? When you finally make the decision to do so. Okay. You have to first make the decision to do that and start making provisions to do so on how you're going to do it. You got to think, how am I going to do this? Do I have to get a business? Should I get a business? Should I try to make some money on the side? Am I investing into cryptocurrencies to help me with this thing? I do see it in 4 or 5 years that you're going to be getting that retirement very, very soon, because you have everything that you need. And you got some side businesses and all that wonderful stuff to gain that financial stuff that you need for retirement. Okay? Andre, 3 cards on how long you see me in my current part-time job. Again, it's up to you. Law of attraction, law of action. You're doing all the things. I'm picking that up. You're doing all the good work and you're doing all the good stuff. Are they going to promote you to a full-time position? Or is there... I think we picked up that there was something else down the pipe for you. But for the job that you have, always think of any job, okay, as a stepping stone. Like I work full time, but I'm doing things on top of that to lead me out of that. So always think of it as a stepping stone. Don't do the normal what everybody else does. If you do what everybody else does, you're going to get what everybody gets. Right? Make sense? But if you get a job and then you work on something on the side and build that up until it takes over, or you do some investing, right? And not just go home after work and watch TV and drink beer, do something productive. Then you're going to get something more than the average person. And I don't think anybody here is an average person, right? That's watching the show. It's those other people not watching the show. But I do think in the 3-4 months from now, you're going to be getting to some more full-time stuff. And you're going to start building upon that and working on other projects on the side. I got side projects all over the place, and I also work with other people and do my side businesses as well as my full-time employment. Okay? So think of it that way. The job that you have right now is only a stepping stone, and it allows you to do other things on top. Okay? And it's harder to get into motion when you have no flow, like at a job. When you're in the job, right, it gets you in that flow, that rhythm of life, right? Go to work, make that money, and it helps you out. You have a little less stress than what you had previously, and it allows you to build upon that. Yes, I am a busy bee. The wife is too. So, but yeah, think of it as a stepping stone. In 3-4 months, I think you're going to have more full-time employment. Okay? It's all on how you think of it. Okay? Hi, Andre. Do you see me purchasing a property on Meritus Island? Thanks. Daisy Chains is going to sell ice cream. I know why that came up. Ice cream. I love ice cream. So maybe she sells ice cream on the side, on the street corner. Want some ice cream? You never know. Properties. Properties is a good thing to get into. If you know what you're doing, you can make quite a bit of money. Yeah, I do see the deal going through, but it's not going to be the price that you were thinking. It's going to be a little lower than what you had pictured. Okay? So everything is going to go well. Go through with the paperwork and do all the things that are necessary to get that property and make it a money-making venture. I know a few people that do that, and it's good business. It's a lot of, if you can stand the headaches that go along with it, it can be pretty good money. But yeah, it's going to go through in a good way. Okay? Focus on it. Write it on your whiteboard or wherever and go for it. Okay? Hey, Henri, how high will XPR network go to the price? You already did that, but I think I said 15, 20% from where it is right now. Cool. Hey, we got somebody from, what's that? That is, I can't remember the name of it. Twitch. That's what it is. What's up? What's up? Street card reading, please, for Charles. Oh, it's not good. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not bad. We used to do that for fun when we were practicing readings. We throw that in the cards. It's when I was learning, and I look at the cards. Oh, it's not good. What? No. Even if it's negative, it's always good. Okay. When the card's revealing something negative is going to be happening to you, it means that it's a warning light sign that you can avoid. Right? That's what psychics are for. It's just an early warning system. Don't go down that back alley. Go down that other road instead. So you kind of circumvent the trouble that you may have been headed towards, right? For you, my friend, I think you're going to be doing okay with the health situation. You're going to be getting through this emotional state that you were in, and you're going to be building upon what you have at the moment for the next week or so. Financially, you're going to be getting into some brand new things. You may have had some little defeat in that last little while in some business or financial thing, but it's going to be turning around. Okay? So be ready. Don't freak out. The worst thing that you can do is freak out. Okay? As my old kung fu teacher would say, he who loses his emotional state will always lose the fight. Never lose your emotional state. Okay? It's when you start to make mistakes. That's a good rule of life. Yeah? And I think the people around you are going to be coming around you and helping you out with that financial situation. We got the Queen of Pentacles holding the Pentacle, finances, wealth, good stuff. So there's going to be a lot of people coming around you to help you with that particular situation that you've been going through. Okay? Then you can rise above that and say, and so it is. Okay? Where do you see crypto for the month of January? Up. And down. But mostly up. I think we're headed into a new cycle of things going crazy because of the Bitcoin price is going to be going woohoo in the next little while because of there's no Bitcoin left for people to buy. When that happens, and you have to remember every other cryptocurrency is based off the price of Bitcoin, not dollars. Remember, Bitcoin is the market. Getting it yet? So when that happens, everything else is going to go up in a good way. I think they're saying $1 million Bitcoin. The first report I saw was 2030 for that. And we have a report on our Patreon for that. But I think it's going to be a little before that period of time, maybe within the next 3 years. Are you ready? Well, I am. Hopefully you are. Okay. Hi, Henri. When do you see the end of this current bull run? Probably another 3 years. It's usually how it works. Okay. And a lot of things have changed since the last cycle. We're getting into a part where the natural progression of things in the cryptocurrency market is kind of out the window. Okay. Cycles are we're getting into new cycles, and because every bank, every country is going to be buying Bitcoin in the next little while, it's going to be keeping the cycle moving. Okay? You have to remember, countries are buying Bitcoin. If you're not aware of this, they are. Okay? They're mining their own Bitcoin. They're buying their own Bitcoin for their own reserves because they know the fiat currency sucks. And they're going to be ushering us into the new financial system. And we've talked about this many times here on the channel. And that's the nucleus of that new system is going to be Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, and Bitcoin Cash. Okay? So you got to wrap your head around this. They're doing everything to bring us into that. Okay? This is why we see all the ETFs go off in this year and last year. And Tether is going to be a big part of this too. Keep your eye on that as well. Makes sense? I'm hoping it does. Buy more Bitcoin. Okay. 3-card reading for our friend Jessica. For something that health-wise you're not going to be taming anyway, something that you're trying to tame health-wise is going to be falling flat. The attempt that you're trying to do with some health issues, good intentions, okay, without the work is going to make you fall flat on your goal on the health situation. Keep going, okay? Do not stop with the health system or situation that you're going through. Do not give up. Okay, doesn't matter if something fails, try something else. Don't sit there and languish on what didn't work. Look for things that are working and continue with that way forward. Okay. Make it a goal. Write it on your whiteboard for the health. Okay. Wealth is going to be doing okay. There's going to be a lot of advice coming your way for financial stuff. And there's going to be some people around you that are going to be uncertain of where you stand on some issues. And there may be a little bit of arguing and complaining from people around you on your position on something. So be ready for that. Let them have their opinion. Doesn't mean you have to change. But it's going to be a situation coming up. Okay? Just be ready with that. Be kind, be wise, and you got to get through that situation and get through that health situation. If something's not working, try something else. Don't sit there wallowing. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Do I see a Bitcoin flash crash in Coinbase? You have to do this every so often because of glitches in their system. February is what I'm picking up for that. A small one. Okay. Does the book Odd Thomas state more clearly about ETs, and that is why it has been banned? Yes. And I think that book was going more into the mistaken identity of ETs being God. Many of the Christian religions, I got to be careful of what I say here, are based on ET stuff, not God. Okay? So, yeah, if you can try to pick up one of these books, do so. Hello, Andre. New Year. Happy New Year. Is there any messages for me about my travel planning? I want to share my process when it comes to travel because I feel I am really good at it and exciting and helpful. Okay. So you're going to do a YouTube channel on how to do travel? That would be a good idea. make sure you tell us your channel name. This is the way I travel, and this is the way I do it, and you can make some cash with that travel in a good way, if you're not already. Okay? But I think you're going to be doing okay with the travel planning, and everything is going to go as per normal. If you've done a lot of travel, you know all the hiccups and all that sort of thing. Nothing major is going to happen with your next travel planning situation. Okay? Just the regular old stuff that you already know. Okay? Hello, Andre and Yvonne. Andre, would you read into Bitcoin on the Base network? Do you see this going up to a good price in the year? So this is getting it more into the wrapped Bitcoin, which we're waiting and watching and seeing if anybody does it right. There's been a lot of attempts that were, and they didn't do all the greatest. But having a wrapped Bitcoin, it's something that's going to be coming out very, very soon. And I don't think it's this particular thing that you're pointing out, but it's going to be something that's going to be coming up in the future that's going to do very, very well. Okay? Somebody got all the right levers and all the right cogs and gears in place and made it work. And this is going to be a paramount situation for Bitcoin, where you can, if you got your Bitcoin and you got it on your cold storage wallet and you can stake it in some way, awesome. But I this one I'm picking up, it's okay, but it's not going to be as good as the one that's going to be coming out very, very soon. Okay? Somebody's going to crack that code. Thanks for the confirmation of APT. It's more of a multi-level marketing scheme. Yeah, you got to be careful with those things. I've been in one or two myself. You can make money with it. It's just not how they tell you how to do it. If you use as a traditional business, it can work. Because a lot of these companies have pretty good products. But don't do the friends and neighbors thing. Never works all that well. Okay? You do advertisement on the internet, can work. Do I do a certain breath work to connect the spirit world, or is it mainly meditation? It's a combination of the two. Just deep breathing. Nothing spectacular on the breathing. It's just and I even do the hand thing, moving that energy around to connect to, and it allows me to put the white light around me, protecting me, grounding and centering me, so I don't go flying into the cosmos because I'm not grounded. And that's sort of a meditation, kind of like Tai Chi, carrying the water. Right? And then across. And I do a couple of slow kung fu movements sometimes to get me in that space. It's just breathing and meditation. And we're always working on our meditation to get us to the point where you can be in the state instantaneously. You can be on a busy street, things going on, and you can get into that meditative state. It takes time, okay? Or it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily have to take time, but it gets to the point where you can just drop of a hat, you're in that meditative state. Okay? And of course, I get a lot of practice at readings and meditations. I've gotten to the point where it's just, okay, here we go. Might take you a little longer. Good morning, Andre. Will XPR reach $7 to $10? Yes, it will. Not necessarily this year, but it will get there. Okay? Has the timeline shifted for power cuts to happen in the UK? We still had 3 months of winter to go. Yeah, it's shifted. That nonsense is going to be going away because they don't want people. Unfortunately, you guys don't have guns in the UK, but they don't want people rising up too much and causing havoc. So, yeah, the power cuts are not going to be a thing to really worry about, maybe for short periods of time, but in any big sense, I think they've learned their lesson. Hey, Andre, do you see me getting rich in the future? Thanks. The more important question is, do you think you're rich in the future? That is the ultimate question to ask. Sure, you can be rich in the future. But the biggest thing is to ask yourself the question is, this is the question you ask yourself, are you going to be rich in the future? Do you see you being rich? And are you taking steps to be rich in the future? Or are you just sitting there playing video games and watching TV and not working on anything on the side? Right? Do you have it written down? Here's your lesson for today, guys. You have it written on the fridge. Work on this. This is the plan. And once you get into that motion, okay, life is motion, right? You always got to keep moving. When you sit still, this is when life stops. I know we all have to have a little bit of a breather and a little bit of relaxation in the day, but the body is made for movement. Motion. Everything is motion. Everything is energy. So if you're wanting to become rich, write it down as a goal, and every universe is going to start giving you information on how to do this. And then it's up to you to take the motion of taking the steps. Law of action, law of attraction. They work together. People make that mistake not to put them together. And then you will become rich. And then you'd have to qualify what you think is rich, right? $1 million, $2 million, 14 million. A good way of doing it is buying one Bitcoin if you can and sitting on it. No matter what happens, or there's a business or a job or something like that you can get on the side of working, then yes. So the question is up to you. I think you can in about 4 or 5 years if you work hard at it, something. I remember my old Grandmaster Simon, Kung Fu Master. He owned Kung Fu studios. He was a musician. He broke world records. He was an author. He was all kinds of things before he passed away. And somebody asked him, how do you accomplish all these things? And he just said, well, I don't watch TV. He's always in motion. And when he passed away, when he was 88, he was still moving, right? This is the key to wealth or any success, right? Don't waste time. There's not the greatest TV show out there that you need to watch. There's other things that you can do with your life. Okay, there's some shows I personally watch, but most of my time is working on something. Okay, and that can be business related, relationship related, like with the wife, family, friends. That's all to have that wealth of life. And a lot of us waste too much time watching good old TV. Okay, hopefully that helps you, and a lesson for everybody. Which of this AI agents get a few cents? Pulse 3D is what I'm picking up for that. Better of the two. I'm not sure if it's going to get to that few pennies. Okay. But I think it's the better of the two. Nick will tell us. Yeah, I'm a busy bee. Kiro is the first meme coin on Caspa. Will it get to 5 million or 1 billion market cap? No. It'll get to 250 million in the next little while, depending on the time scale that you're looking at. But I do see it getting up there, but not in this year. Okay. Yes would be health one, though maybe keto, sugar free. Sugar, that's a big killer. All the damage sugar does once you start to eliminate sugar out of your diet, all kinds of wonderful things will happen. Okay. Hello, Andre. Do you see earthquakes hitting unusual places like Michigan this year? No. But there is going to be some earthquake activity, but nothing major this year. Good day, Andre. Please, may I have a flame reading? What do we got for time here? Sure. What do we got left for questions here? Sure. Get the stuff. Flame. There we go. If you have not seen a flame reading before, it's a lot of fun. We did a lot here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's where I live. For many of the readers, we all learn how to do this. So I want you all to pool your energies together for Jonathan and put the energy into a piece of paper, because we're going through great distances through the internet. So sit, relax, take a deep breath, and pour that energy into a piece of paper. And Spirit will tell you when to stop. Okay, that's good. And then you take a piece of paper and you scorch the paper. Keep it moving. Don't stop. Okay, and Spirit will tell you when to stop. Or you just get a feeling when to stop. Okay. Very, very cool. So there you go. There's a flame reading looks like. And you're going to start to see pictures in there. You're going to start to see symbols. Look at the positive and negative spaces for information. And that's how Spirit talks to us, is through, or universe talks to us, is through symbols, because that's the easiest way to transfer knowledge between the two sides. It's nice, quick, easy for them. So what do we sing here? It's like a big piggy bank. See that? or a hippopotamus. But the first thing that I thought of was a piggy bank. Saving for the future. There's going to be a paramount thing that you're going to be thinking of in the next little while. You're going to be finding ways and finding new and interesting ways of saving more cash and maybe buying some more Bitcoin, maybe some Ethereum, some XRP to prepare you and your family for the future. Okay, so a lot of saving, a lot of new business things coming down the pike, a whole lot of jobs and stuff, money. Think money coming in, right? People get this weird idea, oh, money's just going to fall from the sky if I just sit here. And you have to take action. It doesn't have to be a lot of action, but there has to be action related to the law of attraction, right? Motion. That's what gets everything moving. So lots of saving, a lot of new and interesting ways of building up your financial situation. Okay? What do we see here? I keep seeing a cat sitting on its haunches. Playing with butterflies. I'm in a weird mood today. What do you guys see? So cats are laid back kind of thing. I think there's going to be a situation where you're going to be, what do you call it? Going through a situation very rapidly, like a cat, like when they get the zoomies. It's going to be very beneficial to you. And you're going to be catching the mice, and you're going to be doing all the things that cats do, stretching and chasing and sleeping and all that sort of thing, in a good way. I'm not sure how that relates to life, but that's what I saw. Did we do that? Look, third side. Kind of a submarine or a plane. The cat is my daughter's cat. Just got killed on the road. We all loved her. Oh, I'm sorry. There. So that would be in your energy. Kind of I see a tuxedo cat. Where were we? There we go. Kind of a helicopter type thing or submarine floating through. Australia connection could be maybe some travel, or you're from Australia or something like that. I'm thinking that there's a situation where that's going to be very important to you coming up very, very soon. Actually, travel, going through the water, as it were, the water being spirituality, fish going through spirituality. Okay, so you're going to go through a very spiritual time in the next little while. Okay, and the last one here. All the situations that you feel you're getting into is just smoke. Smoke and mirrors. Sometimes we perceive things as being, all this stuff. And sometimes it's just smoke and mirrors. It's kind of a nothing burger when you really get deep into it. And it matters, but they're easily, depending on how you think of it, going through. Probably like the fish going through water. You got to get through those situations and move on to the next thing. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. That's a flame reading. It's a whole lot of fun for people who haven't seen that yet. Okay. Zaza would like a 3-card reading. For your health situation, I think you're going to have to go to a different doctor for a new, or it's going to be you or somebody around you that's going to need a new opinion on a health issue. So make sure that you do that with them or with yourself. The thing that you're currently doing is not working. So it's always never a bad idea to get a second opinion from a qualified person, not me. Okay. And I'm thinking the financial part of your life is going to be doing very, very well in the next little while. You're going to have a lot of benefits from much of the money that you planted seeds for in the past, and it's going to be coming to fruition in the next little while. There's going to be a parting of the ways of some people that are around you, and you're going to be going into new people in the next little while. So a change of friends in certain aspects of life. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Will the BRICS compete with Trump? They're planning to use UNIT and Bitcoin for real-time settlements. They're going to be doing that. Hopefully you got some Bitcoin. Hi, Andre and Yvonne. 3 cards for Vanna token. Like, if you don't see what's happening, I can't help you. There's only so many times like, buy Bitcoin. Okay. Hopefully you get the meaning. For yourself, I think for this particular cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, it's okay. I don't think it's going to be the greatest coin ever, but it'll make some money. But I think redirecting that energy, that money flow into something else is probably going to be much, much better for you. Okay? Hopefully that helps you. May I get a general message? Sure. Jelly. Something about jelly or jam. It would be funny. He's having jam on his toast right now. Generally, I think you're going to be going into a new situation with a relationship. Ooh. We got the world card. It's going to be the world is your oyster on many of the people that you're meeting and greeting and all that sort of thing. It's going to be a big thing for you in the next little while with all these wonderful people coming around you. And it's going to be the right relationship. Doesn't have to be romantic or anything like that. But it's a good relationship that's going to be propelling you into brand new things. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. It's going to be helping you in all the other aspects of life. Okay? Financially, health, all that sort of things. Okay? I do and always take your advice. That's why I asked. I can please 3-card reading regarding me being a millionaire, please. Yeah. Eventually. Work on it. When will the mass jump to crypto? It seems they're still distracted with stuff. Yeah. You mean all the regular people? Regular people won't get in until it's too late. That's the thing with regular people, is they're not paying attention. They're watching too much TV. And they believe the news. The news is the right thing to do. Or they're watching too many sports or that sort of thing. I'm not saying that TV's bad, but too much of it can be detrimental. And we should get down to brass tacks and actually get into your life. When will they? When it's too late. And us, the people that are watching this and paying attention, are going to make off like bandits. Feel sorry for the people, but that's conditioning in the people not to pay attention. Nothing's going on. No. Mm-hmm. No matter how much you wave your arms in the air and tell them stuff, they don't get it and they don't believe you until it's too late. That's just the way it is. Cottage in the country, I see. Oh, that's this from the Flame rating. Is the Bronson Brothers Supreme Court case going to make news soon? No. They're going to do other things. They're going to distract you with something else. Thank you for the rating. Do you think Pepe Unchained will get to 50 cents? No. It's going to get to 38, 40 cents, something like that. And then it's going to be dropping off a cliff for whatever reason. They're showing me a cliff and everybody go, "Ah!" Some type of rug pull or something. Okay. The Amero coin has been a conspiracy for years. Will Trump create North America trade coin to compete with BRICS? And yes, it will fail. It's the fact of life. I think that's it for today. Woo. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for today's show. Always a pleasure. We're going to be back here on Tuesday. If you like a personal reading with me, make sure to go to psychicreadingsbyandrew.com. Scrolling on the bottom there. If you like a personal healing with my wonderful Reiki master wife, that information is also on our website. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, we have the Trezor Cold Storage Wallet for sale on our website. If you should happen to purchase one of those from us, know that we make a little bit of money from that. Always check out our Patreon for new astrology reports. Going rather well on Patreon. Hope it continues, and stay tuned for our YouTube channel. It's going to be our merch shelf. Hopefully next week, we're going to be putting up some T-shirts for everybody to buy and have fun with. So keep your eye out for that. I think that's it for today. So make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.